Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Nothing's Wrong podcast. I'm Isabel.
And I am your host, Catherine.
And we are back for another Sunday afternoon, evening, or, midnight. I don't know where you guys are watching this from all over the world, but welcome, come on in, hit the like. We're here.
Hit the share. Make sure you're following our social medias. And that is at Nothing's Wrong Podcast on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. If you want to listen to us on audio, you can go ahead and listen to us on Spotify, Apple Music. I mean, anything that you love to listen to or whatever platform you use, I'm sure we're there. So if you want to see us visually, thank you for showing up. Thank you for tuning in. Hit the love button. Because, like is cute, but we love the love. So that's what we're doing tonight. Yes. Let me make sure that I'm also sharing this and making sure that all my people know I'm here.
Right. Guys, it's the Oscars tonight, and we knew nothing about that.
I had no idea that this was happening until I heard you on Instagram.
I literally only saw it because I was on my phone and it switched over to the news part.
Yeah.
And that news part, that's the only news that I actually read, because if it goes on that part, I'm like, okay, let me, stay up to date, know what people are talking about just to stay current.
Right.
But I honestly couldn't care less. And I seen that they were having it at Union Station. So for those of you who don't live in Los Angeles, that's the I guess the big station in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Downtown Los Angeles. That's where it is. So yeah.
That's kind of different.
But it looks great.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because Union Station doesn't look that bad.
Yeah. I've been in there before.
Kind of janky and it's shady and
scary.
And
there's homeless people. What did they kick them out and stuff?
They do what they got to do for the set. There be homeless people all over Hollywood Boulevard, but they know how to clear it out.
So how about the people who have to get on the train and stuff like that and go out of town? Is that not a stop right now?
That's very interesting. How is that actually working? Because how could you make that not a stop?
Exactly. I mean, people come from different, because they have like Greyhounds and all that stuff on there too. So it's like, I don't know.
There's Greyhound. There's the Amtrak.
Yeah. So there's things like flying past. Yeah. Or like, no, but it's just like if you get
I guess
on the
they would
MBTA
just reroute them.
I said MBTA, but like the bus, like if that stops.
Oh, the MBTA, that's from Boston.
Yeah.
Girl, no.
Girl, no. Why? But yeah, I don't know nothing about it, but that's a cool little set. I think that's kind of funky and cool. But
yeah.
Oh, well.
I don't even know what movies. I mean, everything that was hitting for me has been Netflix.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I heard Netflix is going to be like part of they're going to do something for the, like one of the
award show for Netflix. Netflix is going to have
not
an
award show, but more so of them getting an award for having like the best, like
streaming platform.
Right. They should.
Oh, that would be, yeah.
I've read something about
that.
What
do you think? Who do you think is the best streaming?
For me, it goes like, okay, so I would say most likely Netflix, because I'm usually watching things on Netflix. They have a lot of more woke things there for me. A lot of
you can't say woke because we don't know what you mean by woke.
Well, conspiracy theory type of thoughts and ancient history.
I hate when they call it.
This is that's
theory,
how people understand it, but I like things like that.
Everything's a conspiracy theory,
and I'm starting to love like spaceship type of
sci-fi space.
Yes,
me too.
I love that.
Definitely into like Wi-Fi space right now. We're both watching Stargate from the beginning,
and literally, if you ever watched the Big Book of the Dead, read. If you ever read it, it's the like Egyptian really, they're really decoding it throughout each episode. They're talking about different things. So I'm like,
different gods and everything.
And I was like, wow, they literally let this be on television. Like they're literally telling you all the truth. You mean I don't have to read a book? They just can show me through this?
Yeah. And you decipher and decode and make your own conclusions. I think you should never come to the conclusion of, kind of like how you read a book and you're technically making a whole scene in your head when you're reading it.
Yeah.
And then if that book makes a movie and then you watch the movie and it's nothing like how
I hate
you
when I
wanted
see
it.
that. Yeah.
Like that, but that part is like your creativity, your mind, and how you see things, and you should never lose that, even if you see somebody else's perspective and their point of view.
Yeah, you make your own.
You still make your own judgment, and that's why usually in like films and stuff, I always like root for the bad guy. I always like go for the one because I can see your story a little bit, and I mean, a lot of people saw that with Joker. Yeah, that movie made you rethink, you know, his position.
I never seen the movie Joker.
So it will make you rethink it. But,
yeah. Anyways, going on that we got all into that because of the Oscars and what they were doing over there. So
we had to bring that in. But today, say it with your chest, okay?
I had to tap my.
Did you guys
chest.
Hear me?
I don't think they heard you for the people in the back.
Say it with your chest, okay? Communication.
Oh, it's key.
It is so fundamental to all of our existence.
Yes.
We literally, everything relies on your communication. And I feel like that is one of the big like things that I had to overcome for like and I'm happy I did.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's such a huge thing. Like with everything, is like if you don't have good communication skills, you're toast.
Yeah, you are toast. And I'm happy that we talk about that because it comes down in all aspects of life of communication. I'll let you go ahead and say what Miss Iperderm Pierre just wrote.
Yeah.
I can't see.
Hi, ladies. Welcome back. Happy Sunday afternoon. Hi, Ibrahim. Welcome back. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for hitting the love button. I hope you're tapping that while you are enjoying the show.
She's always tapping in and showing love. I love like Ibrahim and everybody else who's always here in the comments, no matter what time you guys get in here. And like, it's so nice to communicate because, again, communication. Like even in this show, our whole basis around it.
It's communication.
It's exactly. And sharing information and, giving people more information, maybe say that they already know, already agree with, but a new form of maybe explaining it or of looking at it to make it impact your life a little more. So I feel like that's like the main thing. Shireen says, hi, my sisters. Hi, Shireen.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you for tuning in. I'm surprised you're not watching the Oscars.
Right. She's like, I'm watching both of it at the same time.
Let us know who's winning, what's going on if you're watching the Oscars. But thank you for watching us. You chose us over the Oscars.
Thank you. That means so much to us.
Right.
And like more communication is like, and the thing about it is what we love about the communication part from the show is that when people are watching, they're actually like showing up and saying, hey, I'm here. And I'm like, oh, thank you for showing up.
Right.
And it's like, like you are also being acknowledged. We also get a part of you. Like if we don't know you personally and you're coming on Nothing's Wrong podcast and you're commenting and you're showing up and you're like,
now we make this connection.
Now I made a connection with you and I know you and you're part of, my tribe. You know what I mean? So
the family.
The family of the Nothing's Wrong family. And we really appreciate everybody who tunes in and
shows up and speaks up and has that communication. And I feel like it's just like anybody, like whoever, there's an air that you walk around with yourself, right? Because it's like you could see a group of guys standing around and you'll notice out of all those guys, who's the alpha man.
Yeah. You're like, oh, you're the one in charge.
You will always look to him first if you need anything to communicate with. Why? Because he gives off the air of, I know what I'm doing here. I'm in charge of everybody here. And it's an energy thing. It really is. And
that's like, I like that because I can feel like sometimes I could be the one that is like, okay, she's the one that's the communicator, right? But recently I found out that I don't really communicate. I literally communicate within myself and then think that other people know what I'm communicating about through my facial expressions. And I don't think that our facial expressions are communication. I think it is, and it defines a person in the wrong aspect. And you're like, okay, they're thinking this, but they're not, and you're not saying anything, and you're reacting with the impression of what the emotion, the physical aspect of it, but not the internal of what the communication barrier was.
Right. And if you just open up your mouth, I mean, I found myself so many times in situations and relationships where I didn't actually say what the problem was. I kind of said what the problem was, but I didn't like put an emphasis on it until it was too late. And then by that time I was already fed up with it and couldn't stand it anymore, to the point where it's like, I'm blowing up. And when you get to that point, you never want to communicate when you're heated like that.
No.
So it's good to like always communicate. Having an open communication is like key to every relationship, because if you both know what's going on and you know like everything, how I feel, what's like, you know, the situation, you can then move forward with all of the information. Everybody knows all of the information. Everybody knows how everybody feels right in that moment. And
and like you said, say it with your chest, like don't hesitate. I think that we hesitate a lot to say things because we're either afraid that it's going to hurt their feelings, or it has to be their way. It's just like a stigma. It's just like a conscious feeling that you just don't want to start trouble with the person, so you don't want to say what you feel.
It's kind of what Jordan Peterson talks about, the agreeables and disagreeables.
Exactly.
It's like the people who are agreeable are the ones who think like that. I don't want to cause tension. I don't want to, you know, stir things up. And then there's the disagreeables who's like, I don't care if I cause tension. This is my way or not.
And I think the being disagreeable is actually a good trait, because you actually get much further in life that way. A lot of people who are disagreeable are always the ones that are successful, because they're not accepting everything. They're actually like, no, that doesn't sound right. No, it has to be this way, or I'm not going to accept it. And people actually accept it. Like, say if you wanted to get a refund and this is something that you didn't want anymore, and they're like, no, I'm taking this back. There's some people who's like, oh, I'll go ahead and give it to someone else. And it's like, nah, I'm not going to agree that this doesn't fit me. I'm going to go back, return it. And if they don't accept it, even if it was past 30 days, I know receipt says 30 days. That person's, I know people like that through. Right. This is going to be the 31st day, and they're returning it. And they're like, you're going to accept this and you're going to give me full charge. There's no such thing as store credit. I'm getting my full refund. And guess what happens? They get their full refund. Hey, I thought this wasn't part of policy. Let me tell you, there was one of my friends who actually got he got a divorce or whatever. So he went and moved to an apartment complex, and it was brand new. And he was like, this is brand new. I'm going to stay in this lease at this rate for 2 years. And that's impossible. You're going to stay here at this one rate. This is policy. Like this is a rate, and every year I'm going to raise the rent. And this guy's like, no, for 2 years, I'm going to stay at this exact rate. And you're going to, and even if I don't decide to renew my lease, I'm going to stay at this rate. And guess what they did? They agreed with him, and they were like, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Because he stood
negotiation, communication, and non-agreeableness.
Non-agreeable. Nothing is going to pass by.
Because I think it comes to that point. It's like everybody wants, it's like in business, that's the main thing you got to remember is in business, that person wants your service, you want their service. It's an even exchange, right? So as long as you're going in with like, I want this, and then you present your case, and if they accept it, they say what they can accept, and then you move on. And I think that, like you said right there, men are more disagreeable, and they usually, that's why, I mean, I'm sometimes disagreeable.
I think it's because you're a Capricorn, so I feel like that shows your toughness to not be agreeable.
Right. I can become very disagreeable.
Yes.
But then again, I can become very agreeable as well. And
because you're a woman.
Yeah. I can become very agreeable. Even when I want to disagree, I know how to still agree, even in the face of non-agreeing. But Crypto Dark Pool says, hi, ladies. Hi. Welcome back. We remember you from a couple weeks ago. Welcome back.
Yes.
Yeah. So like having a disagreeable, like I know like for a fact, like all of the people I think I only know maybe one woman, maybe even two women who are extremely disagreeable. And they are very wealthy. And they're extremely disagreeable. All the other people that are disagreeable that I know and successful are men.
Yeah. Crypto.
You talking about manipulating men? Thanks. No, we are not talking about manipulating men. Definitely not. I'm talking about disagreeing and agreeing, and a disagreeable personality and agreeable personality, and what's the benefits and non-benefits of it. Unless you want to jump in and say what your ideas are. We're basically saying that having a disagreeable personality actually gets you pretty far in life because you're more willing to negotiate and not accept anything that's given to you, rather than having an agreeable personality where you just, accept what is, presented to you, and you're like, you just accept it.
I guess I'll take this.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. And then the people who actually have a disagreeable personality, they end up getting a lot more because they're so disagreeable and they make it harder. And I mean, I guess it is with anything. Like if you want like
a higher paying job,
you become more disagreeable and you negotiate your way to more money. Even if you're calling for your internet service, you come disagreeable and say, hey, I'm done with this, get me off, cancel. And then they'll give you all the lowest discount they can find to keep you. So Oh, sorry about that. Okay. Martin Roman says, in crypto talk, disagreeableness is called NFT. What is NFT? I feel like I heard
about the definition of NFT.
I feel like I've heard. No, isn't it like a coin or something like that? I don't know. You guys know more than me.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah, but I mean, being disagreeable, and so then is NFT something good then? Crypto Dark Pool says, good one. Non-fungible token.
Oh, okay. Non-fungible token. So
you can't.
They're not taking that.
They can't. You don't mess with it. I don't know. Let's break it down for a fifth grader.
Right. Exactly. I heard that. That's Never mind. I don't want to get into politics.
Something. Yeah. Also with politics.
Yeah.
I feel like even that, people
they're non-agreeable.
They're definitely non-agreeable.
Yes. Politicians are non-agreeable.
No, yeah. People who stand on a position are very non-agreeable.
Right. That's why they got those, because people who are agreeable can't do the job. They can't believe in them.
Martin says, yeah, exactly. You can't F with it. Nice. Oh, okay, cool.
We just got some new information.
Now we know. Thank you for the joke. I'm gonna take it. Gonna take it on my next outing. See how it works. That's funny. Crypto. I'm so happy, guys. What's happening with Bitcoin?
Yeah, get on here, you crypto people.
All you crypto people. What's going on?
Bitcoin just went down, and we want to know what's going on. And
it's coming up.
Yeah, it is coming up. That's what someone had come up to me, who I also let them know to get into crypto. And they were like, oh, what happened? My money went down. I lost my money. And I was like, do you know the market? It goes up and down. If you want to get more, just get it now because it's at a right time.
Right.
You should have got it when it was pennies.
Even the whole idea of crypto and Bitcoin, the whole idea is disagreeable.
Right. Exactly.
It's something that, everybody who's in traditional conservative way of living kind of opposes the whole idea of decentralized currency, right?
Exactly.
So they don't. That's a whole disagreeable act, but that works, and it's going to go further in the future. So
exactly.
Yeah. Probably a dead cat bounce. Man, I don't know what you're talking about.
Right. English.
Everyone looking at 41K level. Oh, yeah. Okay. That's the level. It's going to be only 41K.
Oh, that's...
I don't know.
Yeah. Explain.
You got to explain. I said like, 5th grader. Bring it down.
We're new to
Take that big concept
and make it so a little kid can understand. The next person knows.
Wow. Yeah, y'all are right. Bitcoin is disagreeable in nature, right?
Yeah.
Martin says that it is disagreeable in nature, but that's what worked. I mean, everything was technically disagreeable.
Even they were like, we're not going to use this American money anymore, or the money. We're going to use a
universal money,
right? And we're all moving into technology where you don't even actually need cash, So,
right? And that's like the interesting, even in moving in technology, is like you have to be disagreeable to think for the future.
Exactly.
And be like, because I know a lot of people are scared about like AI and stuff like that. But I was like, you know what? Like when that it's already integrated in your life. Yeah. The further they go,
right,
the more you're gonna be okay with it. Crypto Dark Pool says price is breaking down, talking about chart patterns. Oh, okay. It's a whole conversation going on.
That's how the show goes. Welcome to Nothing's Wrong podcast.
That's literally how the show goes.
We literally switch subjects, talk about different things.
Yeah.
We're just having a whole vibe. That's how it goes here. You skipped that person's conversation.
Crypto Dark Pool says the message was put in the Genesis block, why humanity needs sound money.
She doesn't understand.
I didn't know about that. Martin says, like in the charts in the money, that's dope.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Because we gotta also this is the time for people to get their credit together. I don't know why I talked about that, but it's just like this is a whole vibe.
Because isn't Biden? He's changing the credit.
Oh no, I didn't know nothing about this. Tell me.
Oh yeah, I think it's written in his thing. He wants to make the credit go get rid of the 3 bureaus. I think he wants to put it in one, and he wants it so your rent and stuff could be added as a credit to. So if you're paying anything credit,
everything is
or whatever,
building your credit,
and it's going.
But
only
then it could also
only one
your credit because there's a lot of people who are not responsible.
Crypto Dark Pool says they already did that. Did they?
They already have only one bureau?
No, there's 3.
There's still 3.
Maybe
explain yourself. Yeah, explain. You can't just tell us little bits like that.
We go on with the conversation so deep, but since you guys are in here, I want to get you guys' idea on this topic because we had this video and I want to share it with you guys. And we'll get back
a little dated. So don't think about election or because some of the information.
should we share it then?
Of course, I don't care. Now we have done.
Do you guys want to? Okay, well, this is more so of communicating and being disagreeable. This is another
definitely
disagreeable idea that's being put forth, and I want to know what you guys think of it.
Please, because we're not going to say anything. We want to hear your thoughts, so you tell us what y'all think.
Okay.
Welcome back to BLM is a bunch of BSLM. This is a segment we did all summer every Monday during the ghetto BLM terrorist attacks. So I wanted to survey the area and analyze any updates. Look around. Where's BLM? Oh, I thought they cared about black issues. There's still black issues going on. There's still black issues. Father's not in the home. Where's fathers? Fathers, I'm going to need you to come back from hanging out with your home boys and banging people that aren't your wife and take care of your kids and your baby mamas. Do you mind? There's still black issues going on, but where's BLM? Nowhere to be found. They don't care about black people. They care about election years. I said all summer, after the election was over, they were going to be gone. And where are they? They're gone. Ghetto. 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 For everyone who used to get offended by me calling it ghetto, it is ghetto. The ghetto. Sick of it. So for any liberals that follow me for entertainment value or because you want to hate on me, you best not try me with the BLM next round, because we learned it was all about the agenda. So if you want to fall hook, line, and sinker next time, then everybody's going to know your game. Everybody knew it last summer, but we're definitely going to know it this time. You never cared about black issues. You cared about the election, babe. And you're not tricking anybody again. We're going to be loudmouth and we're going to be calling you out on your trashy game.
Okay.
Dark Pool Crystal says, man, it's just like Tariq talked about. Not sure how that's still on YouTube. Haha. Right. But, I mean, let me go. What do you got to say, Kat?
I don't like to offend people. I really don't. I don't want you guys to think that I don't care and I'm not, I don't know. But I'm not agreeing with the BLM. I really think that it is an agenda that they're trying to push, and then that they push themselves out there during times of crisis. Mm-hmm. And, and like he said, when it's time for them to depart, they're gone. And you're like, where are you guys at? And then I love the fact that he said, where's the fathers? Forget about the BLM. Like, where's the daddies? They're not in the home. And this is true facts. And this is something that men have to agree that this is a really, really bad thing for the Black community to not have a father in the home.
Right.
And I think it's disrespectful to the children. And
dang, yeah.
A lot to say. All right. Well,
no, I mean,
yeah. I
Martin says, sorry, anytime BLM comes up, I just hear Blammer. I'm not here for that. I feel you.
Thank you. Okay.
I feel you.
All right. Ding.
Crypto Dark Pool says that Nas X video. Okay, so like the Nas X video, how I feel about that. Hold on, let's see. Martin says, I keep it with me. I keep it on me though. Right.
What do you mean he keep it on him? Keep what on him? The BLM?
The Blammer.
Oh, okay.
But the BLM, okay, we'll say that and then we'll get into the Nas X thing. Yeah. But like that whole idea, it was like he said, it was literally that, because there are bigger issues that's going on within our community. Yeah. And I think it's just time for us as a community to be disagreeable even within ourselves and really get at our own issues and really just like policing ourselves at this point. But to the Little Nas X video, that honestly, the weird part of it is I don't even think it's that bad of a song.
Yeah, the song is not bad. It's the video.
The video, I'm like, I really want to like the song because I'm like, it's a good song a little bit. And the video, if you decode what he's saying, he's technically saying in the video that he's going through the chakras, going through the gatekeepers to go get his crown back so he can rule himself. So he gets to the end, the devil, his devilish self, and he kills him and takes the crown. So he kind of takes his throne back from, you would say like the story in Simba and all that stuff. Obviously, it's very sexualized, but that's how music sells these days. I mean, it's the same thing for Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion.
Not only that, the sexualizing part is part of the ritual.
Right.
So we're afraid.
And it's definitely witchcraft going on.
Exactly.
Too, guys, so.
Yeah, of course. That's definitely witchcraft. But I'm telling you that we're afraid, as humans, we are afraid to, especially Americans, actually, because in France, they sexualize things and it's fine and no one cares. But us, we're so conservative, and we're like, oh no, like nudity, sex, that's private. But in a way, we have been out with it,
sexualizing ourselves anyways.
Period.
Lucy says watching.
Yay,
Hi,
Auntie
Lucy. Thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, but like you said, it's literally like it's a ritual. It's a whole thing. I feel like with those things, Dark Pool, Crypto Dark Pool say, what video did you watch? That fool is twerking on Satan. Right, but what does that symbolize though? See, like if you're an artist, it's never gonna be just surface level.
Yeah.
There has to be meaning behind
There's
it.
a message.
And he had a creative director that did the video, right? So it's like, what is the meaning behind twerking on Satan? It's like, oh, okay, I can seduce Satan. I can, play with that part. And then he kills him after. So it's the same thing. Like, we see it in films all the time where there's a stripper or a woman that like seduces the man and then she ends up killing him like after the seduction.
Right.
That's the same idea. Yes, it's
Disgusting.
Homosexual.
Yeah.
So it comes off as, that. But I think if Beyonce had did the same video, if Rihanna had did the same video, would we be having the same conversation?
But he's a man.
Because I can tell you there's a lot of Beyonce's videos that's demonic that people didn't realize because they don't have the knowledge of the ancient stories that's basically telling you she's doing a ritual right now if you can connect it. And I think it's because it's homosexual.
It's a problem.
It's a problem. Crypto Dark Pool says, no, that's called butt breaking. Watch Tariq Nasheed. Yes, it is. But I'm saying, what is the symbolism? Go ahead.
The symbolism is that the sexuality is what needs to be placed because that's what's going to grab the audience's attention as well as putting the message out there. The industry is very demonic and well, yeah, like I said, the industry is very demonic. And so like they have to place these kind of visualisms for you to see and for you to judge. First of all, he also explained that he's not trying to, because he was for kids, right? His music was for kids.
It actually wasn't.
But that's because he made a country song, which was like...
But it was the same thing like The Weeknd. Yeah. The Weeknd literally said in his song, like, I got a Kids' Choice Award for a song about sniffing coke. It's just, they literally, in the music industry, like...
That's why you
literally put, like... satanic, demonic things and sell it to the children with a really childish beat, and then your kids are dancing to Cardi B and all of these X-rated artists where it was like, hey, like kind of like back in the day when Marilyn Manson. It was like, for me, Marilyn Manson, although I listened to and watched his videos, he was super X-rated to me. Like, it was just... He
was actually scary to me.
He was scary, but I still watched him a little bit. But it was
entertaining to be scared.
Exactly. But as a kid, why are you watching Marilyn Manson? Because that's what's in front of you, because you're watching MTV, because, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Martin says, you got to know the meta. He got Nas in his name, so he's selling a king. Right. Exactly. You're breaking it down. Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Nothing is ever surface level. Right. So people, this industry is so crazy. And like, yes, a lot of homosexual things go on, and he's already came out as homosexual. So, and him showing like him twerking on Satan, that's a whole deeper, it's a deeper thing. Because if you just connect it to the ancient stories and then what you're seeing now, then you could see the story that's played out. Because it's only the same handful of stories getting replayed in every single video.
Right.
You see the same initiations from what was Cardi B's video. And I remember I was watching Cardi B's her first video, the one with the bloody shoes. That video,
and little
and
Dirk,
then
when they
the Little Dirk video, same exact video. What you call it? Video. The one with Nicki Minaj and 6ix9ine video with Nicki Minaj, same video. You see the same type of floor pattern. You see, man, we can go down the rabbit hole and that. Megan Thee Stallion videos, they all tell you the same little story, and you just got to break down the story and you see what they really on. But I'm not saying it's wrong or right. I'm just saying that it's a story.
Right. And if you watch Stargate S1, you will actually understand everything.
I got sent. Okay, so I have the Tariq Nasheed video. I just wanna. What is the number?
Yeah, like
to start the video, because it's a long video. If you could tell me the number, then we could play the video and then we could see what's going on with it. I got the video.
Okay.
And the end of the day, like a lot of these artists, like these people are coming out of desperate situations,
and they're picking people who actually had real life problems.
Yeah,
in the industry, it's crazy. It's like they know who they choose.
Yeah, right. Because everybody, like, that's the thing when you like been in Hollywood and things like that. And been through casting, acting, modeling, you know, like there's always just a certain type that they're choosing. It's not just like corporate world, like white and black. This is how you got to do it. You have this kind of no, it's certain things for certain projects. Let me tell you something. The black agenda in the music industry has nothing to do with putting up a wholesome, good, positive light. It's about doing what we said, the disagreeable, doing the disagreeable thing and making it cool. And that's the only thing black people's agenda is in the music industry, is doing disagreeable, kind of satanic, demonic, energy type of stuff, and making it cool, making it so more kids and more people can keep on manifesting that level, that lower level of energy. And that's fine if you know how to transmute that energy. If you don't know how to transmute that energy, then we have the same problem that we have now. But go ahead.
But my problem is, like, throughout all that information is like, you got that, guys. Throughout all that information is like, they don't even support the black community. I don't see them doing much. They have millions and millions of dollars where they can actually put into the community. They'll pick individual people, post it on social media, and say they're helping this person. Like, I also heard that, I forgot the lady's name. She's one of the actresses. Oh, I forgot her name. But she actually sent George Floyd's daughter a Disney share. And I'm like, you heard about that?
Yeah.
I just forgot which actress.
I heard Kanye, he sold like a Balenciaga shirt and he made $1 million and gave it to the family.
To George Floyd's family?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I feel like
is balling
right now they
They gotta do the right thing with that money and actually invest it in their children's future and the generations and generations. But you know how black people get sometimes. They want to get the fancy cars, they want to get the fancy homes and all that stuff. And I think that, like, you gotta live below your means, because you gotta actually, like, invest your money in something that's going to actually make you more money. Not like your home could be beautiful, but like, you don't got to get like a triple mansion and like Ferrari and all this other stuff.
I feel like the main part of it is that I think the culture is obsessed with being cool.
Yeah.
So it's not obsessed with actual longevity lifestyle.
Of money. Yeah.
I mean, even, the whole drug game, you have to have a mindset of having a short lifespan for you to want to even do that. And a lot of people that I see now that I'm looking at the world different, a lot of people walk around with suicide missions.
Yeah.
They do things that I'm like, do you want to get killed? Because you move like you want to get killed. And and I really can see, like, oh, you're depressed. You're going through something. Because people who move like that don't want to get killed. And I think that mental health is a bigger issue that people,
and nobody really wants to talk about it. They want to blame other people and say it's this, it's that. But I'm telling you, I'm no different from any other person. It's like, why am I not being pulled over? It's not because of my looks. It's not because of anything. I know that, like, I know how to see cops. Like, if they're driving past, I'm gonna, calm myself down on my driving, or like, I have the eyes. Like, I don't know if it's a Black person thing, but it's just like, you always got to be aware of your surroundings. Like, I don't know. And people be acting like they can't be aware of their surroundings, which is weird to me.
Right. So now we're going to go into this video, what Tariq Nasheed says about this Lil Nas X video. Thank you, Crypto Dark Pool, for letting us know the number.
They're not even trying to hide it at this point. Okay? So they got him as a slave, and in the video, and the song is trash.
Are you so ready?
You know what? That's ghetto, and
ghetto.
It is ghetto.
Okay?
What's going on here?
This is what they have Black people. We got to do stuff like this in order to make a buck.
Right.
This is what you got to do in order to make a buck as a Black person.
In the industry.
This is what they have for us, ladies and gentlemen. Black men, if you want to get put on, you got to let Satan bust your pussy wide open on film. This is what you got to do. You got to go through degenerate filth in order to get put on. Okay? And he supposedly had some shoes coming out, some Nike shoes, some Satan shoes with a pentagram on it, and it's supposed to have a drop of blood in it and all this. Nike has come out and said, hey, we ain't got nothing to do with no damn shoe and all this old stuff. We ain't got nothing to do. They went and bought these shoes independently and altered them or whatever. Nike came out and said they ain't got nothing to do with it. Okay?
It's okay.
And I want y'all to understand, again, this is the corporate structure putting this together. This is the corporate structure putting this together, telling you this is the image of a Black man that we want. We keep hearing the rhetoric from the corporate structure telling us that Black women are doing this, Black women, all about Black. See, they got this gender divide that they keep promoting within Black society, where the Black man is non-existent, and the only Black man that we see from the corporate structure is a Black man who's a substitute Black woman.
Okay, hold on. Let's talk about that part right there.
Let's talk about it.
Everything he said, facts.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you think?
Facts.
Mm-hmm. It's all facts. And this is the psychological game that's being put forth in the industry. So we can raise more feminine men,
right,
and masculine women.
That's why fathers are not in the home.
Oh, okay. This is why when you see men who are they're very feminized, overly obsessed with what they look like. When you hear rap songs, what do? Talk about their clothes, talk about how they look, very feminine. Very feminine.
They don't have to be gay to be feminine.
No.
Just wanted to point that out as well.
And this image, like Lil Nas X, is the future.
Yeah. For the Black man.
This is the future they have set for you.
For the Black man.
For the Black man. Who allows their children to follow this rhetoric. This is the whole agenda. This is the transgender agenda. This is this is all it right here. Feminize the men, masculate the woman,
the Black woman.
This is why feminists are out here. They're trying to do. You can do it all. Like what were we watching? Something. Women are never happy when they have to be masculine.
No, they're not. Even if they're masculine.
We were watching like Tamar Braxton, and she had to go to like the hospital because she was working like crazy hours, and she had to go to the hospital because her body started to break down, and she was crying, and she was like, I can't take this. And I said, this is why women should not work this hard, and try to be like men. You are not a man. This is the same thing.
But I feel like, I think because of what society has made us do, and not only society, because like men are off, like a lot of women are out there having to protect themselves because they're not having real men by their side. And when they are, they're literally just wasting their time.
Because these men are very feminine.
Right.
The men are feminine.
Wrong.
Martin says, I've heard the moon is a man and the sun is a woman because the moon is actually masculine, supposedly. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's both. Mm-hmm. I feel like it's both. Because the moon becomes very masculine because the moon has a cold persona, which is very masculine. To have a cold, logical persona doesn't feel like warm energy, like how you would think emotions would be. But I think that's the androgyny of both of them.
But I think the moon is emotional.
It is very emotional, but it's also cold.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
It hides itself too because it doesn't want to be seen. And you're like, where's the moon today? It wants to give us half the moon. Like, really?
Right. So, hence why it looks all beat up.
Aww.
Right.
I'm a moon, so
yeah, I'm
feminine. Right. I'm a Pisces. That's part of me.
But that's part of all of us. I think it's the androgyny in both. I think that we can both see them both as man and female. But I think that because people think of the emotions and the tides and the cycles and things like that and the connections, it is very feminine, the moon, because of the connection we have to the darker sides, where men stay on the lighter side of the things, which is logical. So it can go both ways. It's very androgynous, I believe.
And then also we're right now at this time, we're tapping into our dark side. So
we've been in the dark side.
Yeah.
This is the whole idea of his video.
Yes.
The whole video is literally showing you, hey, you're in the dark energy right now. Right. And now I think Fox News came out, or came out and said, hey, or the Pentagon, yeah, the UFOs is real. They just came out and said that. We all knew it. But why are they so okay with saying it now? This is the reality because we're in the dark side. They say, hey, you're going to start seeing stuff. Right. We can't hide anything anymore. Right. Nothing is going to be hidden. Things are going to start getting exposed. So guess what? Yeah, it's real.
It's so crazy because there was an article. I wish I found it. And it's actually like a credible article saying that zombies are going to start walking the streets, and people would laugh and say, like
the CDC came out with an article saying that how to protect yourself from zombies.
There you go. That's probably what I'm talking about. Yeah, because they're going to things are about to come. They're about all these movies you've seen, these fearful movies.
They showed you so you can get used to that idea. So when you start seeing it, you would not be scared. And don't be scared.
And you had posted a post where it was like everybody was on the roller coaster and there was going through like the dark time or whatever. Right. And your face was like, I was already prepared for this. Like, you got to be prepared for this. Like, you think it's just hitting you from COVID? Like, no, there's worse things to come. And you're going to be shocked when it comes up.
But I think you have to be okay with it and know that everything is taken. Like the whole industry thing, to go back to the Tariq Nasheed thing. I don't know. Like, let's finish watching what he's because we moved on from that and got in so many other deeper things. But yeah, sorry guys. Let's hear what he has to say.
Okay. We better understand how heavy and how much money they're putting into the propaganda campaign against us.
Right.
This is warfare, guys.
Propaganda.
This is warfare. And remember, this is for children. This is something they want to market to children. This is why they had him release a children's book first.
Right.
Just a few months ago, they had Lil Nas X releasing a children's book. So they know some children.
So we literally just said that this information is to get your children on this message. So when they grow up,
they become
you have more black males twerking on whoever, and you have more Black females, reason why they're giving you this money, these grants, these things, like Black women, you can do it on your own. Because you know what? Because you don't need a man to do it. Your man, we're not going to build up the Black man to be good at his game to go against the white man. No. We're going to build up his woman to go against us because, that's fair, right? A Black woman against a man is fair, right? No, that's not fair. This is the idea. This is the whole transgender idea of them still like saying, hey, we're going to have a man who decided he wanted to be a woman become a now female track star. And she's gonna go run against other females. And it's not going to be unfair that she smokes everybody because she's a woman now. This is the same idea that everybody's like, they're doing all of this stuff. So the future, only the strong is going to survive. Only the strong is going to, all of this is mental warfare. It's spiritual warfare, mental warfare. It ain't get physical yet, but it will. It actually did get physical, but a lot of people didn't even realize it got physical, AKA, COVID. It got real physical and people just don't know the game. But go ahead.
No, you said it all.
Let's see what else he got to say.
Children are going to be looking this guy up. The song Old Town Road is basically like a little nursery rhyme song that children like. So they know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing, family. And on Twitter and social media, people who are like, hey, man, this a dude twerking on Satan. I mean, that ain't what we're trying to get down with. Well, damn it, you're just not with it. They're trying to tell people, if we ain't with a Negro being buck broken, having to twerk and bust his pussy open for Satan, then we're the ones who are out of the loop. We're just not hip. We're just not progressive. Come on, you guys are just not with it.
Why do we have to always be their entertainment?
Oh my gosh. Okay. Stop right there.
All right.
I cannot stand. And this comes from from the left side. I know there's liberals here. But I'm not with any side, so just want to say that. But people believe that you should have like a progressive mindset for even the things you think is satanic and things that you don't agree with personally. And it's like, even though you don't agree, you should still agree with it. You should agree with it. This is the whole thing behind body positivity, where they're saying, no, you're overweight and obese, but you're healthy and you're beautiful and you shouldn't want to change. You're going to die. Why are they promoting death? That is literally promoting death. When they say a person like Lizzo should be a role model for how healthy
role model,
a healthy role model, they're promoting death.
Horrible. Because I just seen Lizzo, right? I know that she's like, you're talking about that, we're skipping subjects and all that stuff like that. But going to Lizzo, I know that she was like plus size positive and all that stuff like that. Everybody loves her because she loves her skin and like, she's a big woman. But when I went to her social media, guys, and you can go quote me and you can go over there and go check your damn self. Sorry, I don't even mean to say those type of words. But you go on her Instagram, this girl is promoting prostitution.
Right.
She's really promoting being skanky, a hoe, nasty, disgusting, twerking her butt naked, and she's big, and I don't think it's supposed to be like that.
It doesn't even matter that even if you were small, the type of X-rated stuff she's putting online, I'm surprised Instagram didn't ban her.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. No, exactly.
And I'm like, how are you not banning this?
Her butt is shaking on there.
And she's naked.
And she has clothes that are like, she's naked. And
but that's the idea. Okay. You're not with it. Like he said, you're not cool. You're not progressive.
That's not supposed to encourage my children to be like, oh, I'm going to go on social media. And if I'm a bigger child, I should go and show my body on there. I don't think that's okay.
Let me tell you something. That's okay. This is all the agenda, guys.
No, the agenda
and we could say that it's conspiracy, but
no, it's the agenda.
We can look at what it is. The agenda is continue to break down the weak-minded, the easy, impressionable people.
And why did it have to be a black woman?
Because she's a black woman.
Let me tell you something, because I'm feeling disrespected, because if you see the other plus size actresses or singers, like Adele didn't have to do that. A lot of people didn't have to do that. And why does it take a black woman who's plus size to be naked on social media? And then Lil Nas being, persuaded as a disgusting man to twerk on the devil. Like, all of these things came down to our people doing these things. Why are we accepting these jobs? Why? Because we need the money and because we need the fame. And no, it's like, we're so afraid to make it on our own that we need their help. And it's like, no.
Well, that's the whole idea. The same idea of I need to be accepted. Give me the validation. So we have these stars, people that they make stars. They make them stars. They make them chart. I mean, it's already came out that not all of these streams that these artists are getting are actually 100% legit. They can basically buy themselves to the number one.
Everybody can buy it.
And so if you have all of this, manipulated game happening in front of you to push out a message, I think it's very interesting. Like, the whole idea behind a Cardi B is very interesting, why they would push that and not to say no disrespect to her, because I think that story is awesome. Somebody from the complete bottom coming to the top, but still from that big jump. And then for her to show her level of intellect, and
she's actually really a smart woman. I've heard her speak a little bit. Like, her mindset is not all the way there. See, the thing
that people say is smart, I question, because the reason why I question is, like, is it smart for the level that you thought that person would be on, or is it actually smart?
I don't think the agenda is for her to be smart, but I think that personally, in her own
she's doing what's best for her. Exactly. But then when you're looked at as a role model, you kind of don't have that responsibility of just doing what's best for you. Now you have to think about the whole, because now you're a role model to more than just one. And that's the whole thing. They do think like that. Their mission is to role model you into this idea. I mean, the girls like me who grew up with Rihanna turning a good girl bad, all the girls turn bad. Look at them now. Those are the Megan Stallions. Those are the ones who's twerking on those other women twerking on TikTok. They're the product of Rihanna turning bad. Not to blame Rihanna. Still love her music. Still listen to her.
But that was her agenda, though.
That was her agenda. The whole idea behind Nicki Minaj is like, you're going to become a female rapper. You're going to look like a stripper. And we're going to put out this stripper attitude, this stripper mindset with big butts and all that. And then what happened? Every single girl started getting the same type of wig, same type of body, rapping the same type of stuff, saying the same type of thing. And then you have Megan Thee Stallion pushing that same agenda even further, even further. It's going to keep on going further.
Also took like a hiatus right now. In music. I don't know. Not my business, but that's what
all I'm saying is it's always an agenda. And it's for the weak-minded to take onto it, because that's who's more susceptible to use it, the sheep. And we all know about the sheep. We all think we're not the sheep, but in certain times we become the sheep. And when you realize that, you are the sheep, but you may be the sheep that turns and walks the other way, then you could see like, hey, everybody here is just doing what's best for them. It's never, ever a good idea to take anything any of these artists do and like, this is how Black people do. Nope. Don't accept it.
Like I said in the beginning, they don't even do anything to help the Black people. They will help a selected few. Maybe your family member died. They'll help you and find out who you are. But like, they're not actually going into the hood or going into areas and saying like, okay, I'm going to actually make a complex for these children to have a nice home.
And that's very interesting that they don't
but they
do
will
that.
Go to
That's
Africa.
the weird part. And it's like, it has to be something in the contract. Because I know Caucasian people who make money that decide to go and give back to the hood and build complexes and build different things.
Yeah.
And I think it's interesting that all these rappers, all these athletes, nobody's deciding to go and build complexes and give.
Some of them build schools, but like I think like there is a contract.
Well, that's not how
Diddy. He did something.
He built a school, public school, charter school, something like that. Something involved with the state. So.
Okay, but more so that there's no daddies in the home, so we got to have a council. We have to have something going on where we can actually help these Black men who don't actually want to build a family. Like I think that this is something they want to create children, but they don't want to build a family with anybody that they're creating with.
Yeah,
right. So there's something going on mentally where we need to.
And then there's women who know this about men and still accept these men as
fathers,
the fathers of their children. I think it's both sides because it's both people not making the right decision for the future of their families. And once we stop looking outside and saying, hey, this artist is doing this artist is doing that, and we take the conversation more internal, this is the issue where, I would say Caucasian white America doesn't have that we continuously have, because our identity is so put into the public eye, where we're like, Beyonce is our identity. Every Black person is your identity.
Yeah.
Caucasian white people don't look at every white person as their identity.
No.
That white person could be just a crazy person to them. It's not necessarily you're part of my identity. And, I thrive on whether, you make it or not, or you put out a message or not, or what you say or not. And I think that's the problem is with the Black culture. Your culture is not a real culture. It's socialized. It's a meme. It's a social media thing.
It's music.
It's music. It's not actually, it's for manipulation. It's not rooted in anything that's sustainable for a real future. So that's when, the kids can be influenced. The women can be influenced to only date gangbangers and want to have children because they listen to City Girls or they listen to Megan Thee Stallion, and that sounds cool. And they see Future, and the guys can say, hey,
Future
I see horrible. Future has a couple baby mamas and he has Sierra and stuff like that. So maybe I can do that. And he's rich. And so I'm going to do that too. If he thinks it's acceptable, I can do it too. This is how people, because there's no structure. Like today I was at the park and I seen this woman. She wasn't, she was actually Caucasian, and she was with her children, and she went and she climbed up a tree, and her two kids, which was under the little girl had to be 2, the little boy probably 3 or 4. She climbs up the tree, leaves them at the bottom of the tree, and just hangs out in the tree. And the kids are crying. The little girl's crying, Mom, get down. Like, I want to be with you. The whole idea is, in my head, I'm like, why is this lady up in a tree if her little children are at the bottom of the tree? Like, what if something happens? She's going to have to jump down the tree. Like, it's just not a smart decision. Why are you even up in the tree? And then I realized, because she was still very childish, that this is the problem, is that we have children making children, and everybody's acting very childish and think because they're at a certain age that they can say that they're grown. But nobody actually did any growing. This is the same, and it's not a Black or white thing. This is actually what's just going on in the society, the lower class. And I think we spoke about this the other day. I know I'm talking about the thing. A lot of people try to put it to a race thing. No, it's actually a class thing.
Right.
And when you come from a different country where you realize that everything is kind of based on class.
Right. Yeah.
That the lower class,
supposedly.
Yeah, but then that the lower class, then you realize, no, everything is about class.
That's
so you could be either from the hood, you can be white or Black, still from the hood. You can still be lower class, still, no matter what color you are.
Right.
It's your level of intellect and the amount of work you actually put in yourself.
Right.
So,
and that's the most important part. And that's what we grasp out of all this information is like literally put yourself first. There's no one who's going to determine who you are but yourself. And people can put you in a class or whatever the case may be. Is what class do you put yourself in and where do you stand? And I don't think it's like a racist thing. I think it's prejudice. I think it's definitely
classism.
classism. We're living in a classism place, and like And if you have children and you know that these are the things that are happening, like with the music industry, it's like they're literally telling you on their social medias, I'm not trying to raise your child, so it's your choice if you want your child to listen to me. So if you hear them saying that, it's like, okay, fine. I won't have my children listen to your music because you are not actually, in that industry. You're already a grown
But I feel like
man,
that's still
and
a cop out. That's the thing. It's a cop out to that
It
artist
doesn't
because
matter.
it's them saying like, "Oh, well, I don't raise your child," but you know that there's still the whole world. You're all over the.
But
this is
they're
the
doing
not
what
taking responsibility.
They
part.
don't have to take responsibility, honey. They're non-agreeable. They don't care.
Exactly.
They're here trying to get their thing
money.
Going on.
Exactly.
So it don't matter about what you think. If you want your children to listen to me. But I'm not gonna agree and tell you that I'm raising your child. I'm not.
Right.
So they're doing the non-agreeable way, which works, and moving forward. Like, keep going on your industry because everybody's on their own lane, on their own grind, and got to do what they got to do on their own terms and the way that they want to do it. If they want to grind on the devil, let them do it because that's their choice. That's not yours. And if you want your children to grind, let them continue to listen.
Period. So guys, that was a lot, and I think you just put everybody in their place, girl, because that was on period.
On period.
I understood everything you said. So that, I mean, facts right there. They're disagreeable. They decided to do that. You be disagreeable and decide not to watch it. Period.
Exactly.
So guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us this evening.
Yes.
It was so great seeing all your comments, your
Thank
shares,
you,
the different conversations,
sending some videos,
the videos. All of that. And we'll be happy to see you next week if you be so kind to join us again.
Mm-hmm.
But before you see us next week, make sure you're following all our social medias at Nothing's Wrong Podcast, Instagram, Twitter, we have Spotify, Apple Music
on our social media. Like, I think our Instagram stories is really detailed and really good and motivational. So every time you see what we post is what we're going through and what we feel, what defines us. So
try to make it as personal as possible. So,
right.
Yes, guys. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your week. See you next week. And always remember,
nothing's wrong.
Nothing's wrong, guys.
We'll see you.
Oh, that's hot.